Hello, everyone, and welcome to Soul Standing. My name is Beth, and you're propped up on a pair of shoes. We found the library yesterday. So, let's do a library book haul. Now, Melody was super excited because she got to get her own library card. Let's go through her books first. They let you pick out 10 books at a time. She did not get 10 books. Where is the other one? I think she may have taken her other book uh, into the other room with her. That's fine. It's Pete the Cat and the Magic Sunglasses, and it's a read to you book, so it has like a little audiobook thing attached to the side, and it can tell when they move the pages, and they're really cool. Then we have Peppa's Pizza Party. That would be a Peppa Pig book. We have It's a Tiger by David LaRochelle and illustrated by Jeremy Tankard. And that is what the illustrations look like. It is super cute. My Dad Can Do Anything by Stephen Krinsky, illustrated by Mike Wanautka, possibly. There's that. Pinkalicious Crazy Hair Day by Victoria Can. It's Can, right? Yes, Can. I don't know why I struggle, but when they do it in the script right there, sometimes the R's and N's look the same. But, Pinkalicious be looking like that. And then we have Bygone Bear by Cynthia Liu, illustrated by Christina Litton. And those illustrations look like that. So those are the books that Mel Ray got from the library, and she is very, very super excited about them. All right, and then my books, I also did not get 10. I got 8. I feel like I was being very well behaved with that. First, I got Lore Olympus. I got volume 1. We read this in one of my children's lit classes a couple of summers ago. I really enjoyed it, but we only read the first, I want to say 20 episodes because this was originally a webtoon. So I wanted to reread volume 1 and then go on from there. And I'm almost done reading this, actually. We'll be finishing that this morning. Then I got The Last Bookstore on Earth by Lily Braun Arnold. This sounded really interesting because it says a storm wreaked havoc on civilization as we know it, and 17-year-old Liz Flannery has been holed up in an abandoned bookstore where she used to work, trading books for supplies with the few remaining survivors. It's the one place left that feels safe until she learns that another earth-shattering storm is coming and everything changes. That is as far as I read. Actually, I read the first sentence and, I went, oh, she's holed up in a bookstore. This is like dystopian, but she lives in a bookstore. Fabulous. But then I did read on to the end of that paragraph. Enter Maeve, a prickly and potentially dangerous out-of-towner who breaks into the bookstore looking for shelter one night. Though the two girls are immediately at odds, Maeve has what Liz needs, the skills to repair the dilapidated store before the next climate disaster strikes, and Liz reluctantly agrees to let her stay. As the girls grow closer and undeniable feelings spring up between them, they realize they face greater threats than the impending storm. There's more, but she lives in a bookstore after the end of the world. I'm just all about it. All right, then we have The X-Hex by Erin Sterling. I thought this looked cute when it first came out. 9 years ago, Vivian Jones nursed her broken heart like any young witch would. Vodka, weepy music, bubble baths, and a curse on the horrible boyfriend. Sure, Vivi knows she shouldn't use her magic this way, but with only an orchard hayride scented candle on hand, she isn't worried it will cause him anything more than a bad hair day or two. That is until Reese Penhollow, descendant of the town's ancestors, breaker of hearts and annoyingly just as gorgeous as he always was, returns to Graves Glen, Georgia. What should be a quick trip to recharge the town's ley lines and make an appearance at the annual fall fair turns disastrously wrong. With one calamity after another striking Reese, Vivi realizes her silly little Hex may not have been so harmless after all. Blah, blah, blah. So that looked really cute when it came out, and I thought I would go ahead and read it now. Then I have Booked for Murder by P.J. Nelson. Madeline Brimley left small town Georgia many years ago to attend college and pursue her dreams as an actor on the stage. Her dramatic escapades were many, but as she matured, the acting jobs got fewer, and success continually eluded her. Madeline is at loose ends when she gets word that her beloved eccentric Aunt Rose passed, and she's left Madeline, her equally eccentric bookstore, housed in an old Victorian mansion in the small college town of Enigma, Georgia. When she arrives in her beat-up Fiat to claim the old Juniper bookshop and restart her life, Madeline is faced with unexpected challenges. The gazebo in the backyard is set ablaze, and a late-night caller threatens to burn the whole store down if she doesn't leave immediately. However, even if she wanted to sell the store, pull up stakes, and leave, she has nowhere to go, and by the term of Aunt Rose's will, Madeline has to stay in Enigma for a year before she even legally inherits the bookstore. Need a good cozy mystery. Alright, next we have The Secret Starling by Judith Eagle, illustrated by Joe Rue. Once upon a time that shoe held life, thought Clara. Someone had slipped their foot into it, and that had fitted them perfectly like a second skin or glove. Clara Starling lives a life in dull rules, deadly routine, and utterly flavorless meals until the day her uncle disappears, leaving her alone with a wad of cash and the run of their enormous mansion. Clara seizes the chance to live by her own rules, and the surprising arrival of streetwise orphan Peter and his rescue cat only emboldens her in her adult-free plans. But when the pair's wild romps through the halls of Braithwaite Manor reveal a single tattered ballet slipper, they are hurled into a mystery that will lead to London's glittering Royal Opera House in the unraveling of twisted Starling family secrets of poison, passion, and murder. Next, we have The Pear Affair by Judith Eagle, illustrated by Joe Rue. So they were next to each other and they both look good. Penelope Nell, magnificent, spends as little time as possible with her greedy grocery mogul father and fashion-obsessed mother, but when they mention an important trip to Paris, Nell begs to go along. Her beloved former au pair, Perrine, now lives in Paris. Pere used to write every month, promising one day to rescue Nell from her parents. Then the letter stops suddenly, and Nell wants to find out why. With the help of a friendly bellboy at her parents' ultra-fancy hotel, Nell sets out into and under the streets of Paris in search of Pere. Together, they explore some of the darkest, most mysterious parts of the city. As they get closer to finding out what happened to Pere, they bring to light a sinister plot to destroy a cherished and delicious part of Parisian life. Blah. All right, two more. This one is The Green Kingdom by Cornelia Funke, illustrated by Melissa Castrillon. Cornelia Funk is the author of the Inkheart series, and I absolutely adore the way she writes. When Caspia finds a dresser in her new home full of secret letters, puzzles, and botanical riddles, she soon finds herself on a quest to solve them. As more and more secrets find their way to the surface, and with the vacation ending and unexpected friendships blooming, Caspia must be brave enough to put down new roots and search for clues in places she never imagined. This summer is turning out to be the most fun yet. So, I love those little sketches. All right, last one is Lisa Phipps' Starfish. This is a novel in verse, and it says, ever since she wore a whale swimsuit and made a big splash at her 5th birthday party, Ellie's been bullied about her weight. To cope, she tries to live by her list of fat girl rules, which are all about not standing out. She's found a haven in her swimming pool where she feels weightless in a fat-obsessed world. In the water, she can stretch out like a starfish and take up all the space she wants. Ellie finds an ally in her new neighbor, Catalina, a girl who refreshingly doesn't judge, and in her new therapist, a woman who knows how to laugh at the right things. With these good people booing Ellie up, it's a lot easier to face the bullies and starfish in real life by unapologetically being her own fabulous self. I've heard a lot of good things about this, and I love a novel in verse, so I wanted to check it out. Uh, that is all of the books that we got at the library yesterday, and I'm super excited to get through them, dive into them. I am still studying and reading for my curated list. I'm hoping that some of these can be added to that. And I just wanted to have some fun things that were kind of separate from that with everything else going on in my life. So I'm excited to read these. I'm excited to get back in to my school stuff, and I will tell you all about all of that later on. Until I talk to you again, please stay safe out there, guys. Bye.